What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life. On today's video, we're going to be heading through Sarasota County on the southern end. We are currently in the area north of Venice. This is Laurel and Nokomis over here. So we're going to go on Casey Key and drive north. We're going to be going through a beautiful area of Sarasota County on the southern tip. This area is distinctive from the rest of Sarasota County. This is a predominantly white area. So we're going to see the whitest part of Sarasota County basically today. We're going to be driving north. So today I prepared a video that I have to edit when I get home. There's a trailer park over here. Giant, poor, kind of, it's a strange area. It's a very impoverished white area. And I'm preparing that video. It's going to be an edited video, so I'll have that ready for you guys tonight. But I got to get back to Lakewood Ranch. So I figured, you know what? I'm already all the way down here. Let me just try to do a video for you guys so you guys can see the southern part of Sarasota. I ended up over here Uber driving today. Today was a pretty good day. I had some great customers for the first half of the day. And then the last customer was kind of weird. It was a hotel here, which... like I said, most of my passengers today were amazing. It was a really a fun day Uber driving. Had a girl that was pretty quiet. I was stuck in a car with her for over an hour due to morning rush hour traffic. That wasn't exactly fun. She was kind of quiet, so it didn't really make for a fun ride. I like people to talk because, you know, after all, you are stuck in a car with somebody for, you know, an hour and 10 minutes. You want to talk, I feel like, but you know, it's if they're in the morning on their way to work, a lot of times they don't want to. So she wasn't talkative, so it was kind of boring for me, the first passenger. And then after that, I got a group of people from Kentucky. They subscribed to our channel. They're from Eastern Kentucky, and they were over here. Ooh, we are at the drawbridge. This is going to open up. Let's see. Part of the drawbridge is here. Water's right in front of us, so people from Kentucky are pretty cool. They were very fun. They had the same taste in music as I do. If you guys don't know this about me, I like bluegrass. I lived in Kentucky, and I've been around bluegrass since I was a little kid because I lived in Kentucky. I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, so I've been around bluegrass since I was little. So I listen to bluegrass. It's not popular. A lot of people are embarrassed. One of the guys from Kentucky was a little embarrassed to admit he liked bluegrass. He was like denying it, and the other guys were like, they were fun. They really were. They're like, come on, Billy, you know you listen to bluegrass. He's like, no, man, I don't listen to that. And they're like, come on, Billy, you know you listen to bluegrass. He was kind of, I think he was embarrassed to sing along. Wow, what happened with my camera here in the last little minute? I don't know what this bridge did to us. But anyways, it was interesting to see, like, the one guy was kind of like, I think he was, like, embarrassed to make he like bluegrass music because, you know, it's kind of folkloric. And a lot of times people shy away from folkloric stuff. But I like bluegrass music. May it be folkloric or not, it's still, I like it. I listen to it. But the guys in the back, they liked it, and I was singing along. And then the other guy finally admitted he did listen to bluegrass. He might have been a little embarrassed about it, but it is what it is. They were great. People from Kentucky are amazing. They tipped me very well. Fair. It wasn't like extravagant, but it was fair. And people from Kentucky tip great. If there's one, I like people. So far, I've never failed with people from Kentucky on Uber. I've always said rednecks are the best tipping passengers, and if they're from Kentucky, it's always a hit with people from Kentucky. I'm not sure why. I do really good with people from Kentucky. So now we're on Casey Key. Stephen King has a house here on this island, among other celebrities. I bought a water. Where did it's on the door? I was like, where's my water? So this is a very exclusive island here. It's where the rich people and like Stephen King have houses here. So go figure. That's the thing about Florida, man. It's like a lot of celebrities have houses here. Understandably, it's the place you'd want to be if you had enough money. There's some houses on this island, let me tell you. Oh, there's Ellen Tusk right there. Wearing a Some of these rich people, man, I tell you what, man, just wearing a cowboy hat, driving a Tesla. Oh, man, the things you see in Florida. Anyways, Stephen King said to have a home here. I actually dropped off a passenger on Uber at the house right next door to his some time ago. But anyways, I was really happy. The people from Kentucky were great. And then I got one passenger, picked up a couple from California that was on vacation, dropped them off on this side of town. Then I pulled up to the same hotel where I dropped the Californians off. And there was just two people, I think they were Spanish, and they had, for some reason, I don't even know, about 1,100 pounds of luggage. I kid you not. I got video to prove it. And I'm sitting here like, there's no way these people really think, right, that I'm going to let them, for a $6 ride, I'm going to transport. They needed to order a U-Haul practically for their luggage. And it was a short ride, and you know what? I know better than to, for a $6 Uber ride, to let somebody put over 1,000 pounds of luggage in my car. It's not going to happen. What if they run out the door and leave me behind with the luggage, and the luggage is garbage, and it costs me $150 to get rid of it? That's not going to happen. It's not. I was like, no, this isn't going to happen. So I pull up, and I didn't realize how much luggage they had, because they had it kind of like, they had it hidden behind the balcony. It wasn't like, they had like 2 suitcases when you pull up, which is normal. But then when I got out, I realized they have like behind the balcony, they were hiding like all this massive amount of luggage. Water. Oh yeah, I drink water. So I'm like, no, dude, I know better than this. Like, my radar was telling me this is not normal. This isn't right. I'm not going to transport. And they, you know what? And I hate to say this, I'm Spanish myself. I think if I'm Spanish, I should be able to say it. Spanish people don't tip worth a crap. And these, I know what a person who doesn't tip looks like, and they didn't look like tippers, okay? They look like stingy people, and I'm sitting here like, I'm not taking a risk with these people. I know they look stingy. You ever see somebody and you know they look stingy? These people looked stingy. Una cara de muerto de hambre que tenía la mujer esa. Is it okay to be racist against your own race? I think we should be allowed to be racist against our own race. Maybe it's wrong to be racist against other people, but I feel like we should be racist against our own race. We should be allowed to hate our own people. I just saw them and I was just like disgusted with them. I was like, ugh, brother, ugh, you know? What is all that, brother? You know, like, really? I'm not putting, wow, the water looks beautiful today. Down this way, it looks beautiful. It's been kind of dirty towards Sarasota and Branson, but down here the water looks great. I was like, brother, ugh, you know, like, brother, ugh, brother, ugh, you know, like, brother, ugh, what is that, brother? You're not putting that in my car, you know, like, no, you're not putting that in my car. All of that, you want to put all of that in my car, like, brother, you know, no. Absolutely not. This is gorgeous out here. If somebody lives on this island and they hate their children and they don't want their children to inherit their wealth and stuff, hook a brother up, man. My email is in the you go to my channel's main page. You can find my email address. Email me and we'll sit down with lawyers and we'll make it all work out. I mean, if you live on this island and you don't have grandkids, you don't like your grandkids, you want to leave me your inheritance, like, dude, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to appreciate everything you... Wow. Dude, that water looks like baby blue. Wow. That looks incredible. That water looks so inviting. This guy's up on a tree. Que vuelta city! So anyways, if anybody lives on this island again and they have a good inheritance, but they don't like their grandkids, or they haven't visited you in a while, they only come around during the time of year or something. If your family sucks and you don't want to leave them your inheritance, or if you don't have anybody to leave it to, hey, I can enjoy living here. I can see me living here, okay? So email me, and we'll come out, meet each other, make sure you still like me more than your relatives, and we'll make it happen. And in fact, crap, we'll help you if you need help. Whatever the crap you need, we'll make it happen. Anyways, like I was saying before, I saw these people's luggage, and I was like, no, I'm getting paid $6 for this ride. And, you know, I'll be honest, if they were white people, I'd have done it. Because I know white people would have tipped me. But these people were, that's not that they were Spanish. It was like they looked like stingy Spanish people, right? I could just tell they tenían cara de muerto de hambre. I was like, esta gente con peste de cucaracha, metiendo toda esa basura y una peste de cucaracha in my car. I don't think so, bro. So, I was like, I know I saw it, and I was like, okay, how can I get out of this, right? So I made a joke. I made a joke, and to see if they were cool or not, you know. And I know if I had made this joke with a white person, they'd have laughed. White people would have laughed. Wow, that beach looks beautiful. My goodness, that looks gorgeous. Oh, you guys are gonna get to see it. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful that beach looks, guys. Wow. You guys got to see the water. It looks great. It really does. It looks great. Look, here we go, guys. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Wish I had a time to go to the beach today, but I'm tired. I've been up since like 3 in the morning actually today. I started my day off at 3 in the morning today. Ew, brother, ew, my camera mount. My camera tipped. There we go. So I was like, I made a joke, and it was a brave joke, but I wanted to see if this guy was cool or if he was a douchebag. And guess what? Douchebag! I was like, hey man, what do you got in the bags, marijuana? You got the Mary? You got the Jane? And you know what? That was a bold joke to make, but if you think about it, it was accurate. It was necessary to make that joke because I needed to know if these people were going to tip me or not, because if they were cool, like white people, is that Stephen King? If they had been like white people, and I know if I had made that joke with white people, they would have cracked up. And they'd have been cool. I'd have let me know that they were reasonable people and they were going to tip me. Because honestly, moving over 1,000 pounds of luggage costs $80 to $100. It doesn't cost $6. So you're not going to pull an Uber. You're not going to call an Uber to have me transport thousands of pounds of luggage. It was like 12 bags. 2 of them were in the 200-pound range. I kid you not. These people looked like they were going to Cuba for the first time in 20 years, you know? And their family was all needing, every single one of their family members needed clothes. I'm like, let me make a joke and see if the joke comes out right. I was like, hey man, what's in the bag? You got the herb in there? And the guy got really offended. He became like irritated. He was like, what the? And he became like, he started screaming and yelling, I'll punch you. And I was like, baja caminar, which means you're walking in Spanish. Grabbed the 2 or 3 bags he had thrown in the back, and I put them out. And then he slammed the tailgate of my truck. He slammed it, and which, you know, was rude of him and disrespectful. He could have broken my truck and whatever. But anyways, I'm not the one at a hotel with 1,400 pounds of luggage. I don't know what this guy was doing with so much luggage, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna pay me $6 for Uber. And I know they weren't gonna tip, bro. Like, I know what a muerto de hambre looks like. I know they weren't gonna tip, bro. This guy wasn't gonna tip. I know they weren't. Tenían cara de muerto, cara de perro muerto, you know? So they're not gonna tip. They don't look like tippers, you know? They don't look like tippers. I know they weren't gonna tip. So I wasn't gonna stress over it. I wasn't gonna I made the joke, and a white person would have cracked up. If there were white people, and I said, what do you have in the bags? Is it all herb? They would have cracked up. And I would have dealt with it because I know they were going to tip me. But homie wasn't going to tip. The fact that his attitude was already like that. And I don't know what made him think after he became violent, what made him think I was going to keep going with the ride. Because I was testing them, okay? So here's the thing. Uber does have a policy where if somebody has too much luggage, you don't have to accept them. That's where they were. They were far into that. Okay, they were far into that range of unacceptable. So I'm gonna test you. If you're coming at me kind of shady and weird and strange, I'm gonna test you out. I tested them out, and they failed. So you walking? How come not? Homie got belligerent, slammed my gate. I was like, good. I already had a bad feeling, and his attitude confirmed it. He didn't have to launch out at me for that, you know. If you're in a weird situation, you call an Uber driver, and you're in a weird situation like at a hotel with 1,500 pounds of luggage, and the Uber driver makes a joke, you don't have to launch out at your Uber driver. But I'm glad he launched out because I wanted to get out of this. I was like, no, this ain't gonna happen. This had so much potential for things to go wrong. These are the type of people that are gonna make unplanned stops, and then all that luggage a lot of times is a distraction for some. That's not normal. I wasn't even going to find out what they were trying to do, so it wasn't going to happen either way. So I'm glad he got disrespectful because then I was able to cancel the ride before it even started. And I think anyways, long story. Other than that, guy, it was a great day Uber driving. Man, that water just looks so beautiful. I wish you're not allowed to swim here. You have to have a, well, I mean, the water up that way gets beautiful like this too. It's just been ugly lately because of that hurricane we had. Man, that water looks beautiful. This area is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Casey Key, man, this place is beautiful. This is the type of place I should try to get a little vacation rental for me and my family and see if they want to come up and spend some time here. Get all my family together, a little vacation rental for a few days. See if they want to do it. El Manati. So other than that, I mean, it was a brief experience, but it took all day. Other than that, it was a great day, man. Good passengers. I got down to Nokomis and got those videos for you guys. By the way, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that city's name wrong. I gotta figure out the proper pronunciation for that one. Beautiful. I gotta get going here. Casey Key, man, they're building some big houses out here. La casa muy grande, la casa muy grande. ¿A qué tiene dinero? A mí me gusta cuarto. Yo tengo mucho cuarto. Me comprarme el dato. Cuarto. Places I want to go to soon. Dominican Republic, Mexico, Montana, Puerto Rico, Alaska maybe? I'm not sure. Washington, Oregon. I might travel this month, guys. I'm going to see when I get paid this month, I might do it. Gotta see how I feel. Oh, man, look at all that wood, dog. We got all that wood, dog. We got all that wood, dog. We got all that drywall, dog. You're building a house, dog. Oye, pero pónmelo aquí en mi troca. Yo me lo llevo. Ponlo aquí en mi troca, yo me lo llevo. You can put that in the truck, I'll take it. You don't, I'll take it, man. I'll give you $20 right now. Yeah, man. See, the people, you can mess with people. Like, he's cracking up. They're all cracking up. You can mess with people, you know what I mean? And normally people, when you mess with them, crack up. Like that guy, he laughed, you know? That's human nature to be like that. Now, Stephen King lives back down that little road right there. We're getting off, I don't know. I've heard he lives back there. I'm not going to tell you guys where. Because there's always like some fan base person that's like, oh, I'm going to go stalk him now. Poor guy. I couldn't imagine being that kind of famous. Or like, oh, like when a person mentions your town, oh, that person lives there. Like, oh, forget about the town. Just the person, that's all that matters now. It's a one-lane bridge. I I'd hate to be in that famous. I mean, I don't know. It comes with a lot of money. Oh, this would be a great place to fish. The tide's moving nice and fast. I bet the snook are piled up down there and the jacks. Well, anyways. What was I talking about? Lakeisha. Now, Lakeisha came over the other day, and I was like, Lakeisha, girl, your hair looks so good. And she was like, That's not what we were talking about. No, that wasn't it. That was definitely not what we were talking about. I had a Cuban sandwich right here on the left. Oh! It's a bait shop right there. It's called Manatee something. But there's a bait shop there, and the bait shop has a little restaurant. Now, it's not a full-on restaurant. It's like you can get a Cuban sandwich, okay? You can get a Cuban sandwich. It was extraordinarily expensive. I mean, a Cuban sandwich, a water, a café con leche. Café con leche is like a Cuban cappuccino, by the way. So a Cuban cappuccino, what you call café con leche. Café con leche, a Cuban sandwich, empanada, and a bottle of water, and tip, I did tip her, was $33. That's a lot for one person. But again, it's in a rich area, so if you're eating in a rich area, you're going to pay a premium, you know? And you got to tip. I mean, the girl is so kind and sweet. I mean, if somebody's nice and kind and sweet, you got to tip. You're not going to be a jerk and not tip, you know what I mean? Even if I'm broke, I tip, bro. Like, I could never see myself not tipping. These apartments across the street, are they like elderly people homes? Notice they have like a cover. What is that? Notice they have like covered garages. Are they apartments? There's some water. My back is killing me. It's been a year already. My back still doesn't stop hurting. Let me see if I can. I hate doctors, you know? Like, I feel like doctors are the reason I'm in this situation to begin with. I hate doctors. I hate lawyers. I hope they all amputate each other. I hope the lawyers sue the doctor and take everything they got, and I hope the doctors amputate the lawyers' hands off or something. I hate both of them. Put some out here. Okay. So now we're on US 41 heading north. And this time of day, it's impossible to get an Uber ride. So I just figured, you know, let me just do a video for you guys. And it is what it is. Oh, look at that little Fiat. Not a Fiat, it's a Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo. A red Alfa Romeo. Like a tomato. She drove a red Alfa Romeo. Like a tomato. Italian engineering with very horrible steering. It's got a broken ring. Okay. I make songs just off the top of my head, man. Alfa Romeo, red like a tomato, with Italian steering. Horrible engineering. Alfa Romeo. Horrible. Just very bad taste. Jose, you've become a very bad taste. You've become quite irritable, Jose. You're starving in class. You've got none, obviously. The homie got a shopping cart. Oh, the homie got a shopping cart, pushing it down the sidewalk. He pushed a shopping cart down the sidewalk. This part of South Sarasota is really nice. It's a really nice area. It's very cool looking. Look at this Cadillac. Is that a Chevy? I don't even know what the crap that was. I didn't really get a good look at it. Yanerkis. Cuban names. There's all these like old school cars here. Look at these cars, man. GTO. I think there's homeless camps around here. Are there homeless camps around here? These wooded lots. Are there homeless camps around here? Because like, I drove by earlier and I was looking in the woods and I saw like there's no trespassing signs, which makes me think, why would you need a no trespassing sign on in a wooded area? Could it be because Lisa and Larry have been sleeping in the woods here? I think there's homeless camps around here. Does anybody know if there's homeless camps around here? I mean, look, if the wooded areas on both sides of the road have no trespassing signs, why? Welcome to Osprey. Oh, we're leaving Osprey. Look at that. They say bye to you. So I think around here, we finally enter Sarasota. These wooded lots around here look homeless. Don't they look homeless to you? Does this area look homeless to you or what? It looks homeless to me. If anybody knows where there's a homeless camp, timestamp. But I think there's homeless camps in here. There's got to be a billboard, okay? If you're a homeless, when you want to live near a billboard, I can almost guarantee there's homeless camps back in there. I can guarantee you there's homeless camps back there. I'm not doing it today, but I know they're there. I just know it. I know it. My hood rattery is up. I can sense my hood rattery is at a heightened degree. I can sense it. I know it's homeless people living up in that mug. I'm sorry that the camera keeps floating up on me. Put it a little bit lower and then let it, when it drifts up, it'll eventually stop looking at the hood of the car. Because it'll eventually drift. There it goes. See what I mean? It drifted up and now we can't see it. School buses. YMC. Don't blame Uncle Sam because you're in a jam. The Italian Grill. This time of day, it's hot. People ain't even walking this time of day. It's just an unbearable part of the day. We're now on the south side of Sarasota. It's a nice area. Lots of restaurants, businesses, stores. There's an abandoned mall over here. And there's a lot of homeless people this way. Cuéntame cómo te ha ido, si has conocido la felicidad. So, US 41 entering Sarasota from the south. This is a golf gate. There's Beneva right there. We can actually take Beneva. And it's not the most interesting route, but it will give us a different look at Sarasota that perhaps you guys... Usted come basura, mijo! It's just an old lady, Jose. Why are you being a jerk? Just an old elderly lady, just like 85 years old. She can't even see where she's going, and you're being a jerk to her. So Beneva will drive us as far north as, like, I think 17th Street. There's a bunch of abandoned malls here. I'm sure there's homelessness everywhere in that mall. Let's take a look at it. One day it won't be here. You know what? We're going to go in here. I know I'm tired and... No, forget it. We're not going in. I got to get home. I'm really tired. I'm sorry, y'all. There's an abandoned mall back there, but we just got to get home. We're heading north on Beneva. We're going to take Beneva straight shot north. And this will drive us right through Sarasota. Later on in the day, it does get kind of packed and complicated, but it's only 1:40 in the afternoon, so we should be all right. I think we can go as far as... Not quite University, but maybe like 17th Street. We'll see how far it takes us. This is a different look. You know, you normally... There's a Shabbat, whatever that is, of Sarasota. I think that's a Jewish thing. Lots of diversity here in Sarasota, but it's white diversity. You got Russians, Ukrainians. If it's a white type of immigrant, they're here, basically. I mean, I kid you not. There's just every type of white immigrant you could think of. Eastern Europeans, Germans, Dutch, Swiss. If it's European, it's here. If it's a Caucasian, it's here. Argentinians, any type. It's like a white, diverse area. It's kind of interesting. Great selection of restaurants down here. The food down here is incredible. This would be a great area to live, man. This would really be a good area to live, I think. Yeah, it would definitely be a. I'm tired, guys. I've been up since like 3 in the morning. I'm really tired. I've been driving all day and doing videos and water. Ah, there's a fish in the water. How did this even happen? Spring water, no crap if there's a fish in it. Tastes good though. Gives it a little bit of a fishy taste. All right. So now we're heading north on Beneva. Hey, we'll get to drive to the Amish neighbor. I'm telling, there's even Amish people. I'm telling you, Sarasota has every type of white you could think of. If it's white, it's here. I love this area. It's awesome. It's like it's weird because it's all, if you look at it on like a map, oh, it's 95% white. Bland. No, not at all. It's like the most diverse white people on. We even have Amish people here. Come on now. Amish. There's rednecks out here, believe it or not. This doesn't look like a redneck area at all. Like, I know this does not look like a redneck area, but there's actually a lot of rednecks out here. There really are, believe it or not. Lots of rednecks out here. And then I guess after that, you have some Mexican, some Guatemalan, some Brazilians, some Cubans, very small percentage of Haitians, some Venezuelans. What else is out here? Homeless people. Yeah, lots of homeless people. Oh, I don't want to get stuck behind the bus. Try to get past the bus because this bus is going to be stopping every mile. What? K9 unit. Are you a cop? Great Pyrenees on board. Is it a cop or just a redneck? Hard to tell. High rollers. Wanna be a baller, high roller, spending all your money at the Gambola. You're gonna spend all your money, and then you're gonna be homeless begging with Ebola. Now, I've actually seen a lot of people in Sarasota who are homeless who panhandle, and then whenever they panhandle, they'll spend it at the gambling alley. Let me see if I know this person. She's panhandling. Have I seen her? I haven't seen her before. Okay. I'm getting to know a lot of the homeless people. I walked into a homeless camp the other day. When I walked in, they're like, Jose, what's up, brother? I was like, oh, what's up, black? What's happening? You know, like, I didn't expect them because yeah. Anyways, it's getting to be known in town. I got friends in low places. You know that song, I got friends in low places where the blood, you know. So this will give you like a look at Sarasota from this kind of looks like Naples out here, except for the easements are a lot tighter. This kind of reminds me of like Airport Road in Naples or Davis Boulevard, except for like here, the easements come right up to the road. Like it kind of reminds me of Naples, you know. What sucks about Naples is Naples, everything is a gated community. I mean, literally, Naples sucks because everything is a gated community. So like, because everything is a gated community, traffic on the main roads is a nightmare. And I mean an absolute nightmare. Because since there's all these gated communities, it flushes all the traffic into the main roads. Like here in Sarasota, there's always secondary roads, and that diverts, you know, a lot of the traffic in the other directions, you know. But in Naples, because everything's a gated community, my back is killing me. Because everything's a gated community in Naples, the main roads, like, and there's only like 8 of them, like 951, which is Collier. Then you got Livingston, Airport, Goodlet, and 41. That's it. North to south, and then east to west, you got Immokalee, Vanderbilt, Pine Ridge, Golden Gate, and then Davis on the east end. Sarasota is a grid pattern just like Naples, but it's got some real advantages. I guess one of the advantages of Sarasota is because, like, we're on Beneva. Beneva it's a major road, but it's not a 3-lane road. It's a secondary road that can move a lot of traffic. And in Naples, you don't have that. You don't have secondary roads in Naples that can move a lot of traffic. So Naples just bottlenecks, man. It's so horrible. I kid you not, 80 to 90% of Naples is gated communities. You got gated communities here in Sarasota, but it's not as bad. Most of Sarasota is an open grid pattern, and that alleviates traffic congestion. And it's more like here you're driving by, you're seeing people's houses, and you see people walking. It feels like a neighborhood. You're driving to Naples, and you're looking at a wall. Literally, all you see is walls. You know, the walls that go around communities. And you can see it there on the left as well, but in Naples, it's nothing but walls. So it really, driving through Naples is like uneventful. It's just bland. It really is. There's another person panhandling over here. Sarasota is a very safe city. In 2023, they had 0 homicides. This year, they've had 6, unfortunately. I think it's related to the new gun laws. This guy's probably panhandling as well. Let's see. No, they're waiting for a bus for bus handling. I don't know if it's a. No, I don't think he's panhandling. He's just waiting for a bus. But see here, like you're driving through residential neighborhoods. You're seeing the people, the houses, and businesses once in a while. It just feels more normal to drive through Sarasota. When you drive through Naples, and you know what is Sarasota, if it wants to be a better city, they have to bring some uniformity to these neighborhoods, the walls. Now listen, if you're watching this video and you're part of city commissioners or whatever, listen, from now on, the city of Sarasota needs to make a uniform fence or wall. Here's Bee Ridge. It's a little shady around here. I could actually get on Bee Ridge and get on the interstate and go home, but I'm going to do this for you guys. I'm going to keep driving through here for you guys. And believe me, I'm super tired. I've been up since 3 in the morning. It's already 2 in the afternoon. I'm doing this, and my back is killing me. My back is in agony. I'm doing this for you guys, really, so you guys can see something different about Sarasota. The city of Sarasota, if you're a city commission, look, we got an Amish lady over here. She's going for it. We're going to get to see an Amish lady. Yay, we're going to see the Amish. She's on her bicycle. Awesome. Awesome. There she goes, guys. That's Sarasota for you right there. We're getting close to the Amish neighborhood. We're not quite there yet, but we're already starting to see the Amish. And the Amish are mostly snowbirds, so they're not here this time of year. Later on in the year, we'll see more. But it's amazing. It's awesome. Like the diversity of this area. We got homeless people. We got Amish. It's incredible what we got going on here. I think Lisa is the most popular name in Sarasota. I've met like 50 Lisa since I've been here. Most of them are on drugs. But they're great women. They really are. Lisas are great women with good hearts. They just went the wrong way. Don't name your daughter Lisa. If you don't want your daughter to end up on the streets, yeah, don't name her Lisa. If you don't want your daughter to end up on the streets, yeah, don't name her Lisa, yeah. Lisa, yeah, Lisa. What was I talking about? I'm so tired, I don't even know what I'm talking about. What was I talking about before I was talking about Lisa? Oh, yeah, if you work for the city or the county, Here's what you got. These people might be panhandling. Let's see what they're doing. Man, probably not. Maybe waiting for a bus. Well, anyways, see how these walls here? What they need to do in Sarasota, and I hope you're listening. Local government, I hope you're listening. Take some words of advice from Jose. You need to make a uniform fencing regulation. Every community cannot have different fencing because it looks like crap. You need to develop a uniform fencing ordinance where if anybody is going to install a new fence, like look at here, in a half a mile stretch, we've seen a wood fence, a gray fence, a white fence, a red fence. You can't do that. It makes your town look like crap. You have to have uniform fencing. There's a Mexican restaurant there called Güeros. It's very good. Now it's not your typical Mexican restaurant, okay? It's not Alabama. It's based off of a specific type of Mexican cuisine. So it doesn't taste like every other Mexican restaurant. It's a good variety of Mexican restaurant, but it's not what you would expect Mexican food to taste like. In other words, it's a good restaurant, but it doesn't taste like what you normally think Mexican food would taste like. Got the bed bug tarp. So if you want to try something different on the corner of Weber and Beneva, I definitely recommend it. But like I said, it doesn't taste like what you would expect. It's different. It's a variety of Mexican food that's different. Okay? Okay, children? Okay? If you want to try something different, they're good. But again, open-minded. It's a different type of Mexican food. It's not exactly like every Mexican food we've had. But if you want to try a good, different type of Mexican food with a different flavor point, check that out. See, that's the problem in Sarasota. You have 800 different types of fences in the city of Sarasota. You can't have that. What Sarasota needs to do is, and they got a budget for it, and the city can actually go in and install their own fences on the easements, or if somebody's gonna put up a new type of fence, you have to limit the options to like 2 types of fencing. Now, eventually, Sarasota, you're gonna get hit with a hurricane. Okay, it's important for you to do this now, Sarasota. Because eventually you're going to get hit with a hurricane. When you get hit by that hurricane, it's going to be too late. You want to do it before you get hit by this hurricane, Sarasota. So that when you get hit by this hurricane, when you finally get hit by a hurricane, Sarasota, everybody's fence is going to be destroyed. And then you're going to tell them, stop, drop, and roll. You have to install this type of fencing. And what you're going to do, listen to me, Sarasota. Learn from me, Sarasota. I got a Cuban in Miami that has a specific type of fence. And he'll give you a kickback. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He gets you a kickback. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gets you a kickback. You're not going to do this for free. You're going to get paid. You're going to get a kickback, okay? So you're going to get a kickback from a fencing company that's going to sell a specific type of fence so that when a hurricane comes through and all these fences are going to be gone. When a good solid hurricane comes through Sarasota, all these plastic fences and wood fences are going to be on the ground. Then you've already linked up with these Cubans who are going to give you a kickback, okay? And they're going to give you a kickback because you're going to make a city ordinance that only certain types of fences are allowed. And that type of fence is going to be the type of fence you're going to be linked up with the Cubans. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a kickback. Okay? And I know, email me and I'll hook you up with the right Cubans, okay? I don't be publishing this, okay? I can't be caught in the RICO case right now. I got 3 or 4 other federal cases pending right now. I can't get another one. I'm just playing, y'all. But seriously, though, Sarasota, I think the comments about the kickbacks went too far. But seriously, though, Sarasota, eventually a hurricane's going to come, and all these fences are going to be on the ground. And then you're not going to give them a permit to put up their fence back. You're going to force them, if they're on if their property's facing a major road, like Beneva or Fruitville, you're going to force them to install a different type of fence. And listen to me, let's suppose they don't have the money. The city can install the fence, and then you can put an assessment on the property, okay? And they can pay it back through their property taxes over a 10 or 20-year period. In other words, you can't have 800 different types of fences in a city. This looks ridiculous, Sarasota. And I hope you're listening, local government. If you're watching this video, you know somebody in local government, send them my video so they can hear what I'm saying. We've had great ideas in the past that I've talked to you guys about. Is that a mobile home? No crap. Okay, welcome to the Amish neighborhood. This is the Amish hood right here. The Amish people are getting some infrastructure done, so it's under construction. But this is the Amish neighborhood. I'm not gonna really mess around and go in. We got to get going before rush hour starts. It's already 20 afternoon. But this is the Amish neighborhood right in here. It's mobile homes and old houses and stuff. It's very high density, very safe area. The Amish people don't break the law as much as the crackheads and homeless people do. Good people. I wonder if there's homeless Amish underneath that bridge. Oh, Tuttle would be a great option. I wish you guys could see how much homelessness there is in Tuttle. I just can't remember if Tuttle is... No, Tuttle is off of Swift. So that's further west, and we don't want to go further west this time of day. Because Tuttle has a bunch of homeless people lately. I don't know where the crap they came from. But, so listen to me, City of Sarasota. And if you're watching this video, look at here. You got a brown fence, a white fence, another brown fence, another white fence, another type of white fence, a wood fence that's falling over, another wood fence, a chain link fence, another type of chain link fence, a plastic picketed fence, another plastic fence, another wood fence, another type of totally different wood fence, a chain link fence. They're putting up a wood fence over here. You have to stop this, Sarasota. It looks so ridiculous. You get what I'm saying, Sarasota? You have to stop it. Enough is enough, Sarasota. I have had it with you and all your fences. I am so upset. Why are you doing this to me? Why do you have those ugly fences? It's just a beautiful town, and then you've got all these ugly fences. There's a barbed wire fence right here. Why are you doing this to me? Sorry, guys. I get really grumpy when I don't sleep enough. Why are you doing this to me, Sarasota? Listen to me, Sarasota. Listen. Listen to a player. You have to stop this. You're going to make the ordinance now. And tomorrow, when a hurricane finally comes, and it will, a real hurricane, all these fences will be on the ground. And here's a wood fence that's totally... We've seen 100 different types of fences in a 10-mile stretch. You understand, Sarasota? It's not acceptable. You have... Ah! My microphone fell. That's okay. It's not the one that's recording. It's like the one up here. This is a problem because I'm driving now. I'm out of that patio. Dang it, technology. I'm just gonna clip this right here. Oh, got a car got in my way right there. There's a problem. People driving, they don't know you distracted, dog. Okay, hold on, y'all. Here's another type of fence right here. Sarasota, you have... Ah! Hold on, y'all. Just up here real quick. Okay. All right, y'all, because I'm driving. I can't really be trying to fix all this while I'm driving. Here's a red light. We'll take advantage of the red light to fix this little problem. Oh, no. Is it 12th Street or 17th where Beneva ends? Sorry, y'all. I'm driving. I can't really focus on this. 17th. See, I'm figuring my way around town. 17th, dog. Shout out to everybody on 17. From 17 to 18 to 13 to 12 to 18 to 19, dog. Okay, so that's fixed. All right, guys. So if you're in Sarasota, send this to your dang local government and let them know what they need to do is they need to make a uniform fencing ordinance. And again, if you don't have money for fencing, you can just do an assessment on your property taxes, and eventually, if the people don't have the money, you can just put an assessment on their property taxes. 10 years, 15 years, whatever you decide. Give them an option. You can do a 10-year assessment, a 5-year assessment, or a 15-year assessment. But the goal should be that eventually all these fences in Sarasota will be one uniform type of fencing. Or maybe 2 or 3 uniform types of fencings, okay? But, you know, it should ideally be one uniform type of fencing. Now, an even more amazing idea. Now, I know this will not be popular with the old people, but it's an idea, Sarasota. Is it okay to think outside the box? Can I think outside the box for a freaking minute, bro? I get very irritable when I don't get enough sleep. Okay. White fences. Hear me out, Sarasota. Hear me out. It's an idea, okay? It's an idea, Sarasota. Hear me out, Sarasota. It's an idea. Okay? What is this, a drag racing school buses? Just hear me out. Don't judge a book by its cover. Listen to the idea. White concrete fences, and each section of fence has a number. Okay? Now, if you really want to be fancy, Sarasota, you can say, like, they're all going to be like, you know, decorative, beautiful fences out of concrete or something with, you know, like those tiles or whatever. Like, make it fancy. But here's an idea, Sarasota. You make it a concrete white fence, pure white, very simple and elegant, kind of like in Greece. But you allow people, you can buy a section of fence. You can go to the city and you can pay $100 for a graffiti permit. Now, you have to have, the graffiti piece has to be approved by the city first. You have to submit plans to the city, and the city has to approve it. So you're not going to put up like gang graffiti or something. But if you want to draw a mural, you can buy a section of wall or lease it from the city for a graffiti mural, and the city, okay, the city of Sarasota can sell you or lease you the rights for a year, let's say, for a graffiti mural. And again, you put a price on it. It might be $100. I don't know. You'd have to figure out what the price would be, because you'd have, you know, you have a permit, an inspection. Okay, you'd have to apply for a permit for the, you know, for the section you want. You'd have to apply. And they could even auction these off once they, you know, once you've sold them, you can start auctioning them off to the highest bidder. You can adjust the price if there's a lot of demand for it. If there's a lot of demand, it couldn't be for a business, because then they would become billboards. It would have, mira este tipo lo que hizo. It's a woman. I'm still gonna label her a tipo. So. Oh, by the way, on the left, we're on the corner of 17th and Honor, Honori. On the left of us, the blue roof building, is a place called Rincon Cubano. I definitely recommend it, okay? Rincon Cubano. One of the best Cuban restaurants in this area, if not the best. I strongly recommend you try their food. Mira el Hummer. Okay, so this part of Sarasota here is mostly Latino. You can't really tell driving through here that it's Latino because it looks kind of suburban, but there's a lot of Latinos here. There's a lot of Cubans and Brazilians and some Mexicans on this side of town. So this area off of 17th Street on the north side of Sarasota, this is a Latino neighborhood. So all this area here is predominantly Latino or leaning mostly Latino. Mostly Cubans, Brazilians, island, white island Latinos. Some Mexican too, but mostly Cuban and Brazilian. Anyways, like I was saying, player, like see these white fences here? That's a nice setup there. So it's a white fence, but then every once in a while they have like a wall. Anyways, the idea would be that, let's say you have a property, right? And you have three sections of fence behind your house. So now, those three sections of fence, the owner could have rights to it. Or the owner, like let's say you don't want graffiti on your fence. So like let's say you own the property and the wall that's adjacent to your property, you don't want graffiti on it, so you don't have to have graffiti on it. But if you don't have the money for the fence to pay the city and they've put an assessment on your property for it, then the homeowner has the option to allow the city to lease that piece of fence, and then that money that's generated from that can go to the assessment of that property owner to help pay for the fence, bro. You understand? Did you just hear what I said? I'm sober. 100% sober. Did you just hear what I said? Let's say you own a property in Sarasota, okay? And you have 6 sections of fence on your property, right? If you want to keep it nice and white and pretty, you have the option, okay? You have the option of just being like, yo, blah, blah, blah. No graffiti. But let's say the fence they're giving you an assessment for the fence because you don't have the money. If those 6 sections generate $4,000 a year in permits for graffiti murals, then that money can go towards your assessment, and eventually you can then own that. And then once you've paid off your assessment, you own it now, and you can just get it all to be white again. Okay? Now, just because you're the property owner doesn't mean, I guess if you're a property owner, maybe you could have like leniency on pricing for access to that mural. But the idea would be like, let's say a local business wanted to advertise a mural. You don't want billboards throughout the whole city. That would be ridiculous. But let's say a community organization wants to promote a mural, and it's a nice looking piece of art. Maybe somewhere along the bottom corner they can allow a small plaque that says this mural was funded by blah blah blah. But it's not something that will be visually appreciated from afar. It will be something that if you're in front of the mural, a small plaque, maybe like 4 inches tall, 12 inches long, like an aluminum plaque that says, okay, Larry's electrical company is this is the company that is funding this mural. But it wouldn't be something that would aesthetically, it couldn't be a commercial. Now, let's say you're an electrician. It could be it could be a mural about people doing electrical work, but it would have to be an artistic mural. It would have to have artistic value, and it would have to be approved by like a board of people to say this is good or not. For example, it would have to have artistic value. It couldn't be a billboard. But the idea wouldn't be for businesses to advertise. The idea would be for artists from all over the world to come to Sarasota, Bansky and all, I don't know, every graffiti artist in the world that's famous to come to Sarasota and purchase a permit for a wall where they can do their artwork, okay, and have their artwork on display legally. And our city would look so gangsta, dog. It would just be the most gangsta thing you ever seen, player. But not only would it be gangsta, it would also be legal. It would generate profits for the city. It would fund infrastructure projects to beautify the city, player. You heard me, Woody? It would be a beautification project, player. I don't need to be in local government to do all these things. I just tell y'all to do it and y'all do it because I ain't got time for that. I got people to fight. I got homeless people to interview. I got a whole schedule. I'm busy right now, okay? I'm busy, player. I'm a busy person. But listen to my ideas, okay? You could have a Haitian beautification project throughout the whole city. It would have to be a beautification project, okay? All these artists, all these graffiti artists from the whole world would want to have their art on display in Sarasota. And they would buy a permit for a year. They could renew their permit, or after a year, that section of art can go up for grabs. It would generate profit, and you could have an annual art exhibition where all these graffiti artists come, purchase a section of fence. Basically, it would be something that would, it would have to be artistic expressions. It wouldn't possibly be, but that's the new Moat Aquarium over there, right? And you could have you could set limitations and the standards. You go, okay, you know what? It has to have some type of local influence, okay? So you're not just going to draw a graffiti mural. There has to be a dolphin or a whale or something that is related to Florida's nature or ecology, or a Florida panther, or graffiti artists. There's people that do murals as well. Anyways, the idea would be that instead of all these nasty different colored fences all over the city, you would have a uniform wall system for the whole city where it would be assessments on the properties, and then you could sell sections that are numbered and people could buy, and you could do a sample. You don't have to do it in the whole city. Like, you could start off doing it in one. Pura Vida. Is that a Costa Rican restaurant? No freaking way. Miami, I said it! We just get a new restaurant. Did we just get a new Spanish restaurant? I'm so freaking excited. Pretty soon we're going to be in Miami, bro. We're going to be in Miami. Look what they did in Wynwood. Wynwood used to be... People go to Miami for the graffiti in Wynwood. The difference in Sarasota is that it would be a more elegant and more productive thing than what they got in Miami. And it doesn't have to be every single section of wall. It could be like one in every 3 or whatever. You know, you'd find a city ordinance that made sense. You'd have to find it, but you would start with one neighborhood. And you could start with one neighborhood of the city, a neighborhood of the city that is more already more hipstered out than others, right? You're not going to start this in the nice part of town. We'll try it out in the hood and see how it goes there, and then we'll move into a nicer side of the city, But the idea, it would be great, man, because the one thing that I've noticed about Sarasota that I never understood is what is up with these freaking fences, bro? They're all different. Makes no sense. All right, guys, so we're at UTC. Sorry. UTC stands for University Technical College. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what UTC stands for. University Town Center, probably. We're going to try university. So, university is Manatee County, Sarasota County line. So right now, everything north of us, ahead of us, is Manatee County. Everything south of us is Sarasota County. So this is the division between Bradenton and Sarasota. Right now we're still on the Sarasota side because we're on the south side of the road. But everything north of us is Bradenton. Beautiful cloudy day here. And I guess in theory we could run through Lakewood Ranch, but I'm tired. I'm going to go home. It's been an exhausting day. I need to get going. I could go either way. I could go through Lakewood Ranch. I'm going to go through Lakewood Ranch. I have a feeling the interstate's going to be a nightmare this time of day either way. Well, it's 216, maybe not. Not sure. I can go either way here. I live in a Lakewood Ranch. It's a gated white community. It's so safe, bro. Like, we don't have any crime or like any of that stuff, bro. We're just like white, safe, and like. But anyways, it's just an idea. And we could have graffiti all over the city. It would just be so gangsta now. And then it would be like something that Sarasota would be known for. Like, imagine a city that embraces vandalism. Wouldn't that just be the coolest? It would grow our tourism. Think about all the yuppies that would come here to be like, hey, dude, I took a picture in front of a graffiti, bro. It was like, este tipo se me atravesó. I'm going to try to get on the interstate. I don't know what's worse. I'm going to go on the interstate, and hopefully it works. This time of day, the interstate can be a nightmare. Just think about that. People would come to Sarasota because of the graffiti. If you got like Bansky or I don't know, the Miami vandalism crew to come out here and vandalize our city, it would be great. And it would be like, it wouldn't be like chaotic. It would be like these people would have to pull a permit, pay for the freaking, they'd pay for the rights. You know, it's a legitimate thing. Okay, now we're in Manatee County, I'm pretty sure. We're no longer in the Sarasota County. And traffic this way is unbearable. I could have gone that way, but it's a crapshoot this time of day. If you like my idea, say it's a genius idea, or say you are brilliant. We're gonna do this. We're gonna graffiti out Sarasota, and it's gonna bring tourism and vandalism. Okay, that could be like the new theme for Sarasota. Sarasota, vandalism and tourism. We will be the coolest city on earth. Imagine a city that has graffiti everywhere, but the criminals are paying. It's kind of like legalization. It's legalization of vandalism, player. You can buy a section of wall and do your own graffiti mural. And once you've sold out, you can auction them off. You could auction and you can have an auction. And people will be like, yo, man, I'm gonna graffiti the wall, man. You gotta get a permit, and then you can auction them off. The city could have a website where they auction off walls where you can do graffiti. You heard me, Wody? You heard me, player? I'm a genius. It's like legalization for graffiti for the city in New Guinea. You feel me? Okay? Genius idea. Tourism based off vandalism. It's the most gangster thing you ever heard of, player. And the city making money. And the people going to get a free fence. And it's going to bring tourists into the city. And it's going to look cool. And hipsters will write stories about it. And it'll inspire other cities to do the same exact thing. And then the whole world can be covered in graffiti. What a genius idea.